A lot of folks on the carnivore diet started their journey just like Cassie and I did on the ketogenic diet. It just wasn't sustainable for us. But if we had known the power of the BBBE challenge while we were on keto, things might have been different. Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. If you're new here, my name's Larry, and me and my wife Cassie are on a journey to lose over 250 pounds eating the carnivore diet. So far, we've been on carnivore for a year. We've lost 175 pounds combined. We're feeling great, and man, we're getting our life back. We're gonna start right away, dear viewer, with a little mental clarity trivia. What percentage of adults in the United States are obese? A, 25%, B, 31%, C, 42%, or D, 55%. No Googling. Put your answer down in the comments and I'll let you know what it is here in a few minutes. Before we get to the power of Dr. Barry's BBBE challenge, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Element. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. They've done the science for us, and each packet contains an electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And unlike other electrolyte drinks out there, Element has no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, and no fillers. Whether you're on keto or the carnivore diet, it's important to keep up with your electrolytes. And with Element, you can rest assured you're getting what you need. As always, Element's offering our viewers a free sample pack with any order, even for those of you who are going back for more. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. It's an awesome way to try out all the flavors and decide which ones you like, or share some with a low-carb buddy. Get yours today at drinkelement.com/carnivore quest. Using our link down below is a great way to get the electrolytes you need and support our channel at the same time. So head to drinkelement.com/carnivore quest and get your hookup today. Again, thanks Element for sponsoring today's video. I just want to say up front that the purpose of this video is not to convince anybody doing the ketogenic diet to go to carnivore. That's not it at all. Cassie and I really enjoyed the ketogenic diet and we had some success on it, but we just couldn't stick to it. We were following Dr. Barry on YouTube at the time, and he hadn't transitioned into carnivore yet, but he was always warning about, the processed boxed keto goodies that you find in the grocery store. And for a while, Cassie and I stayed away from them, but the food addicts in us, like, well, we can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. One of our big downfalls was the Atkins treats. I'm sure you guys have seen these in the store. A lot of you might be consuming these right now and not have a problem with them. Cassie and I just couldn't do it. I remember one time we got like 5 big boxes because they were on sale at Walmart. And most of them were the imitation Reese's peanut butter cups. By the next day, we had eaten all of them. Once we started, we just started binging. We felt so sick because there's so many artificial ingredients in those treats. I can distinctly remember how bad we both felt. So we were suckers for those treats. And another thing, you guys know Cassie loves to cook and bake.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make you eat. Are you hungry? Yeah, we got this chuck roast for you. You're gonna eat. Manja, manja.
On the ketogenic diet, there are a lot of things you can try and replicate from the standard American diet using keto ingredients. And we're talking expensive ingredients like almond flour, chia seeds, coconut flour, different kinds of sweeteners. I remember the very first thing she made, I believe it was a cheesecake, but I remember the price. Because we had none of these ingredients in the house, and it was over $200 to get all the ingredients she needed to start baking keto products. Cassie succeeded, and she made some pretty delicious stuff using those ingredients, but the problem was it just made us crave all the old junk that got us in trouble in the first place. We'd end up completely cheating, going off the diet, and gaining our weight back. We did this multiple times. Now, to be fair, when we started the carnivore diet, we did the same thing. We had trouble sticking to it because we're food addicts. We did really well on the carnivore diet our first attempt. We blew it. On our second attempt, we couldn't sustain it, and we ended up spiraling out of control, and we gained over 120 pounds combined while we were on YouTube. That was no fun. But 1 year ago on February 15th, 2022, we were sick of being sick, and we put our foot down and we committed to the carnivore diet. We firmly believe that one of the main reasons we've been successful this time around and we've been able to stick to the carnivore diet is because of the BBBE challenge. And like I said earlier, we might have stuck to keto if we had done the BBBE challenge sooner. For new people, what's the BBBE challenge? It's eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and salt. And that's it. Most people do the challenge for 30 days. I recommend you do it for 45 to 60 days, but the power of it, it will hack your cravings. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. It might seem easy for some people. Oh yeah, you just, eat beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. In that aspect, it is simple. But most people experience some kind of food fatigue where you just get completely sick of the food and you no longer want it. And that's really hard to push through. That's usually when people, fall off the diet and go back to general carnivore or back to their keto diet. But we call that the BBBE wall of doom. We made a few videos on it. On the end cards at the end of this video, I'll put up our BBBE wall of doom. So if you are considering trying the challenge, you kind of, know what to look for. It's a powerful tool, man. When we very first started the challenge, we were 53 days into the carnivore diet, and we did it for 30, a solid 30 days. And Cassie went back to general carnivore, went back to eating chicken and, enjoying some other meats. I stuck with the challenge for another total I did 225 days on it. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And I felt amazing the entire time. What really is just mind-blowing is how once you get through that wall of doom and, you get through the food fatigue, how your cravings for all other garbage food just completely get suppressed. Now, to me, if I was on the ketogenic diet and I did the BBBE challenge for, let's say, 60 days, and I came off the challenge, the ketogenic diet would be a breeze. I mean, it would be so simple. I wish I could just demonstrate for you guys what it does for your cravings. I'm a full-on food addict. Trust me, just like you guys. I was 354 pounds. I was 10 pounds away from having to use a motorized cart at Walmart. I was in bad shape, man. Thanks to the BBBE challenge, I never had any cheats in this last year. Cassie had one weekend where she cheated. If you go back and watch that video, she had gone to Chicago for a high school reunion. She got a little tipsy. She ended up going off the diet for a couple days, but she was able to get right back on it, which we had never done before. Every other time we'd blown it, that spiral where 3 months later you gained all your weight back. After 2-3 days, she was able to get her footing and, get back to it. And she attributes that, and so do I, to her experience on the BBBE challenge. And man, guys, you're having trouble with your keto, you're having trouble sticking to it, I recommend the BBBE challenge 100%. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a ripped bodybuilder, I'm not a fitness coach. I'm a normal person like you guys who has experienced the power of this way of eating. And I'm just encouraging you, if you've tried everything else and you can't get your keto under control, try the BBBE challenge. And you never know, you might stick with it. Here at Carnivore Quest, we don't hate on vegetables. We have a ton of people in our community that enjoy the ketogenic diet. Carnivore Quest is basically a low-carb community. I won't even say that I'll never go back to keto in my lifetime. I'm not going to make that claim because I might. But I know that the carnivore diet has completely changed my life, but I attribute a big part of that is the BBBE challenge. All right, here's the answer for our mental clarity trivia question today. What percentage of adults is obese in the United States? The answer was C. In 2022, 42% of adults in the United States were obese. And technically, gang, I'm still obese, so I'm still part of that 42%, but man, I'm working to get there. I got about 70 pounds to go before I'm at my healthy weight. One of these days, right? Now, I do want to mention the BBB challenge does have a few caveats. Initially, when we did the challenge, like when I did that 225 days, I didn't have any other pork besides bacon. However, in January, I did the beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge, and I did incorporate some other pork, like pork butt. We had heard from our subscribers that Dr. Barry had mentioned on different live streams that other pork was fine. So we're like, you know what, we'll add it in. Pork butt's so cheap. And we have a great recipe for it. pork butt in a cast iron. Actually, it's so good, I'll put the card right up here. It's amazing. Also, it's not just beef, as the title suggests, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. It's all ruminant animals, which includes cattle, goat, sheep, buffalo, bison, elk. Any of those meats are fine, and any organs, if it's your thing, from those animals are fine. We've learned the hard way that Cassie and I do not do good with moderation. You know, we just can't have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We do much better with restriction, and that's what the BBBE challenge really forces you to do is, you know, restrict down what you're putting in your mouth. And it's just magical, man. You know, and I've talked to hundreds of people who've had the same experience. So it's not just Cassie and I. The beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge just hammers your cravings, man. You know, like with a sledgehammer. We went to our daughter's wedding. We did not have wedding cake. I thought if Cassie didn't have cake at our daughter's wedding, the world was going to end. We ended up not having any, and that is totally because of the BBBE challenge. I'll link Dr. Barry's original BBBE video down in the description. As always, he's encouraging. It's a great video. I've watched it a few times, and we have a lot of content on the BBBE challenge. I will actually also put in the end card of our playlist. We have quite a bit of content on the BBBE challenge. So what do you think, my keto cousins? You gonna try the BBBE challenge, fix your keto? I dare ya. 30 days at least, man. If you can get past the wall of doom, you're gonna see things change with your appetite that are gonna blow you away. There's something about getting through that wall of doom that just, I don't know, it does something mentally for you. It gives you a confidence that wasn't there before. You know, recently I did a 14-day water fast. That would have never happened, ever, if I had no experience with the BBBE challenge. It just teaches you so much about your hunger and, like I said, your appetite. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs will probably be part of our journey off and on, probably for the rest of our lives. It's just a good way to dial everything down, you know, when you feel like you want to tighten up. Like I said, powerful, man. We also have a lot of BBB content over on Instagram. You can follow us at carnivore.quest. Love to see you guys there. And also, gang, we're coming up on the end of the month. If you want to support the work we do here at Carnivore Quest, you can stop by our Buy Me a Coffee link down in the description, our digital tip jar, and support the work Cassie and I do here on Carnivore Quest. Again, I really encourage you, whether you're doing keto, ketovore, or carnivore, if you're struggling, the BBBE challenge can help. You don't have to do it forever, but long enough to work its magic. Here's our BBBE playlist right up here, and right here I'll put the Wall of Doom. Guys, check that out. Remember, no sugar, no carbs, no cheating. Later.